Hello, everybody, and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica Hitt. On today's episode, we're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. This is Pirates 5. They made 5 of these movies. Full disclosure, obviously, most people like the first Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a good movie. It's a fun, good movie. And then the second one came out, and, it was fine. To be honest, I don't remember it very much. And then the third one came out, and that one was, I personally think the third one's a little bit better than the second one, but it's still not that great. And then I didn't watch the fourth one, so I'm just gonna assume that's the worst. And to be quite honest, the only reason I even saw Pirates 5 is because it was on Netflix, and I was just looking for an action adventure type of thing. And I heard this one was slightly better than the last one. So I was like, sure, I didn't see the last one, but let's turn it on. Why not? Why not? I mean, this movie is fine. It's fun. I would say it is definitely on the better side of the Pirates movies, but the one thing about these Pirates movies that have gotten worse and worse, to me at least, is the Jack Sparrow of it all. In the first movie, he's this supporting character who is this absolute batshit crazy pirate that we've never met before. And he's charming, but he's also you don't know whether to trust him or not. You do root for him, but you kind of don't root for him at the same time. And then the second one gets heavier on him, and the third one is basically all about him. And then the fourth one was he was the lead in it. And that's the problem with a lot of these sort of sequels, is they make that standout character the lead character, and that is not right. I need some very vanilla type of leads, like the Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, who I love. And I really do think that these movies need that sort of character who is not involved in the pirate world to get involved in the pirate world. And that's who you follow around. That's sort of your gateway into this. Whereas Jack Sparrow, he knows all these people. I mean, he's involved. I thought there was banana peel on my floor for some reason, sorry. And I actually, I did kind of like this film. I really liked Brennan Thwaites and Kaya Scodelario. I think that, first of all, I'm a big fan of Kaya Scodelario. This is the first time I think I've seen Brennan Thwaites in anything, but I actually thought that they had a lot of chemistry, a lot of charisma. It definitely felt like the Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley of it all. I liked how I liked the story of it. I liked them trying to find Poseidon's trident to break all the curses, and everyone seemed to have a reason to try to find this, which brings them all together. I do think that it got weaker the moment Jack Sparrow was in the scene or entered into the movie, and he's not even the good Jack Sparrow to where he's this swashbuckling pirate who's a great captain type of Jack Sparrow. We just get the drunk, aloof Jack Sparrow who's that really down and out and at the low point of his career, which I get it from a storytelling point, he's got to get there to get to the next step, but I don't think it worked at all. It almost felt like it was somebody who was impersonating Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow impression. It didn't even feel like Jack Sparrow. It literally felt like an impression. And then the Javier Bardem Salazar ghost person. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the mystical stuff that Pirates has put into their movies. I like the mythology and all this kind of stuff. And at times, I felt like this movie was kind of trying to mirror the first one, because the first one is surprisingly dark for being, based off of a Disney ride. And I really liked that as a kid. I don't know, that whole scene where all of the pirates are getting hanged and they're singing Yo Ho, the Pirate's Life for Me song. And it's weird that I like that scene, but it's so creepy and offsetting, it doesn't feel like it belongs in a Disney film. And there were parts of this film that I thought were just like that, but then they showed Javier Bardem in his CGI makeup thing, and he spoke, and personally, I would have written it to where you don't really see the crew or anyone. Maybe little bits, throughout the movie you get a little bit more of what he looks like, and I personally would not have made them look the way that they look. I think the CGI monster, it's a little much. But what I was saying is that I think that if they would have not shown and have it be just this looming presence the entire movie, it would have actually been really creepy. And then do something obviously with the CGI or the makeup or something. Also, for some reason, Javier Bardem was not creepy at all in this movie. Like, to be honest, Javier Bardem without the makeup is creepy in itself, but then with the CGI and all of that stuff on his face, like, it just didn't seem anything. Like, I was just like, I'm over this. And maybe it was the fact that this really weird character was playing opposite a lot of Jack Sparrow, which is already a heightened character. Whereas, like, in the first one, you have Captain Barbossa, who, while, he turns into a skeleton in the nighttime or daytime or in the moonlight or something like that, he's still a very just like a pirate character. He's just a person. And then when he's going off of Jack Sparrow's sort of heightened character, it doesn't seem as weird. Whereas this one, Captain Salazar was just so out there, and then you have an opposite of Jack Sparrow, who was out there, and it didn't mix well for me. Because I think when you have a crazy character, you do kind of need him facing off with a sort of normal-ish type of character, which is why at times it did work with the Kaya Scodelario and also Brennan Thwaites' character. And let me talk a little bit more about them. So you have Brennan Thwaites' character, who is the son of Elizabeth Swann and Jack Turner, which I appreciated. I liked the fact that they brought them back, and I hope if they do a next one, which I don't know if they will, I hope that they come back to it and they're involved in the story a little bit more. I really liked the sweet moment at the end where you finally see Elizabeth Swann and Jack Turner reunited, which I might have just spoiled the movie, but are you really going to go see this if you haven't already seen it? And he's just on this crusade to try and get his father back. And I actually really liked him. I think he's playing Robin in the new Teen Titans show that's eventually coming out. Who knows? I feel like they've been talking about it for like 6 years. Anyway, and then you have opposite Kaya Scodelario, who is a sort of mathematician. She studies the stars. Everyone thinks she's a witch because she's too smart, which I liked because that's very timely. And she is, I'm not going to give away the spoiler for her, but I was really shocked at the end of the movie when there's this really emotional part, how attached I had gotten to her character and her feelings and emotions in this movie. And I think that's really a positive on her acting skill. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did cry in this movie. At the end, there was a sad moment that I shed some tears. And I really do think it's not because of any character development or anything, but I think it's her acting. And I actually, you know what? They did make a good character in her and something I cared about, even though it's opposite of someone who I did not think I cared about whatsoever. So I feel like this movie is definitely like on the up, this whole franchise is, if they get any more. I'd really like to see Jack Sparrow downgraded, if anything. I would love to see more of Kaya and Brennan Thwaites' characters, and I would like to see more of the original of Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. I would. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I really don't think that Disney needs to be putting out these movies, it's not like they need the money, and it's also, they have a lot of critical acclaim. I mean, they've got Pixar, which almost every movie is amazing. You have the Marvel films, which are always doing great. You have all of these things. You're apparently buying Fox, so we'll see how that goes with the X-Men universe. But you don't need to be making these movies based off of the rides at your parks. You don't need to. And I think that was painfully obvious in Haunted Mansion, which, hey, everyone hates, and it's a bad movie, but I kind of have a soft spot for it for some reason. I don't know why. I do kind of enjoy watching the film, but it's still a bad movie, and you know what? Most of the Pirates movies have been bad. In fact, there's only been one good Pirates movie, and that is the first one. So either they need to really rethink what they're doing with the Pirates franchise, or just end it. I mean, this was a good ending. You have Jack Sparrow floating away, sailing away on the Black Pearl. You have a great reunion, and then you've got, these new kids who you actually kind of like. So, let's just stop these, please. Don't make us go out and see anymore, because to be honest, I don't really have the faith that you can make another good Pirates movie. Because this one, while it was okay, it wasn't good by any means. There were some parts that I really, really liked, and then there were parts that I really, really hated. The story itself, I think, could have worked if they would have done some things slightly different. Retire Jack Sparrow. Just do it. Maybe have a cameo in the next one. I don't need him. Introduce another pirate. There's a lot of them. Okay, I hope you guys liked this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts on the Pirates franchise. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos Monday through Friday for the most part. Yeah, I miss some days. Oh well, I've been watching Dawson's Creek. It's on Hulu, and I've never seen it, and I am hooked. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Bye.